So today's video is just going to be a mini book haul. So I just want to go over some of the books that I bought in March and that I'm going to hopefully be reading soon. So Spinning Silver, I'm really excited to read this. It's kind of like a wintry, like cold, atmospheric Rumpelstiltskin retelling. So I really love fairy tale type books, like fairy tale inspired fantasy and like fairy tale retellings. So I'm really excited to read this. I'm probably going to read this year in winter because I really like atmospheric reads in the winter. Like last winter I read the Winter Night trilogy and I loved it. So yeah, Spinning Silver, gonna read this year in winter. I read Uprooted by the same author and I really loved that. So I have very high hopes for this one. So next is Little Fires Everywhere. I don't really know that much about this. I really like to go into books blind and know as little as possible. So if like I see a book is getting like a lot of hype, I'll do like a quick I'll read like the Goodreads like synopsis or whatever, good Goodreads summary of it. And this one sounded interesting. It's basically like a family drama with like a lot of secrets and stuff. So I'm really excited for that. So gonna read this one hopefully soon. So next is The Midnight Library. I actually saw this one a lot on Bookstagram. I didn't really hear much about that before, but I thought the cover was really nice and it was on sale, so I went and checked the like Goodreads synopsis and like the summary on the back, and it sounds really interesting. So it's basically between life and death there is a library, and within that library the shelves go on forever. Every book provides a chance to try another life you could have lived, to see how things would be if you had made other choices. Would you have done anything different if you had the chance to undo your regrets? Sounds really interesting. Sounds like it's going to be really like touching or heartwarming. So I'm excited to read this. I'm hopefully going to get to this one this year, probably after I finish Wheel of Time, because I am weird and like to read series straight through. So I just wanted to mention, it kind of like when I'm reading the back note, it kind of sounds like Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. I don't think this is going to be anything like Dark Matter, but I mean, I really don't know. But I really love Dark Matter, so I don't know, I'm excited for this. Okay, next is Fire and Blood by George R.R. Martin. I have been meaning to read this for a really long time because I absolutely love A Song of Ice and Fire. I've read everything that George R.R. Martin has wrote in Westeros except for Fire and Blood. And I guess except for A World of Ice and Fire. Like I have it and I've read some of the stories, but I haven't like read it cover to cover. But like I've read like the A Song of Ice and Fire, Dunk and Egg stories, and then the two anthologies, the Rogue Prince and Princess and the Queen, which I think are both in this. So I'm really excited to read this. I feel like this is probably something that I can read like in between like Wheel of Time books or something, since it's not like I can just read like stories in it. So I got this. I'm really excited to read it. I feel like the show just kind of killed my enthusiasm for Game of Thrones, or for the book series. So hopefully this like gets some more hype going on, because I am still a firm believer that Winds of Winter will be coming out someday soon. Maybe not soon, but someday. So yeah, I'm hoping that this kind of like restores some of the hype. And then I did get another couple books. Those were all ebooks. So I got The City of Brass and Kingdom of Copper. So I don't know too much about those other than that it's like a Middle Eastern inspired fantasy. And I'm like really intrigued by that because I feel like we don't really have a lot of Middle Eastern inspired fantasy. So it sounds really interesting. I think that I'm going to like it a lot. So I picked them up for like $3 each on Kobo. So I'm excited to read those. They sound really interesting. And then I also got The Girl with All the Gifts on Kobo. So that one's like a horror zombie book. And I've heard a lot of people say it's like a really good it's like fresh take on a zombie story, and it's really good. It's emotional. I haven't seen the movie because every time there's a movie based on a book I want to read, I just put off watching it, and then I don't read the book because I have such a huge backlist, and then I just never end up watching the show or the movie. So anyways, I finally got Girl with All the Gifts. It's been on my list for years, so I'm excited to read that. And then finally, the last one is called The Psychology of Time Travel. I didn't know that much about it when I was like before I got it. I just saw the cover on like the Kindle sale thing and I was like, oh, like this looks really interesting. What's this about? So I just searched it up on Goodreads and it sounded really cool. People were like, oh, it's like for fans of Doctor Who, which I love, and for fans of like locked room murder mysteries, which I love, and it's also got queer representation, which is really great. So I picked up that and I'm excited to read that one. So that is my mini book haul. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.